number 2. Of course, Trevor Lawrence goes 1 to Jacksonville, as we've expected for months. And then this kid, Zach Wilson, meteoric rise last year. Meteoric rise throughout the year, and he ends up with the Jets at number 2 overall.
I mean, listen, a lot of really good tape on him as far as what he brings to the table. The skill set is phenomenal when you're talking about the off-platform throws. You hear that word get thrown around quite a bit with him, but it's not just the off-platform throws that make him great. It's the accuracy that comes with those throws. Think about this now. When you're a quarterback in the pocket and everything's good and you have the time and protection, receivers are open, and you can hit them with great timing and accuracy, those things are a bonus. But now think about a guy now, and everybody's been talking about an Aaron Rodgers kind of comp when you're looking at this kid. When you're rolling to your left, you come back right. We saw the pro day throw. Drops it in the bucket, perfectly placed in the hands of the receiver. Those are the things that were hard to really look past when you're talking about what the Jets were looking for at the quarterback position. And you look at the league right now, the way that the defenses are being played, the pass rushers, really how tough it is right now as far as protecting your quarterback. You got to have a guy that can make some plays in tough situations and tough places where he's going to throw in different angles. And he really is the top guy to do that coming out of this draft.
Eric, what do you think about his physical skill set? 6'2", 214 pounds. People talk about his arm, how twitchy it is, and he can throw it from different angles, and the ball gets there in no time, all over the field.
Yeah, I mean, the ball really does jump off his hands. Just a great athlete. And, as a defensive back, you're back there in coverage. And it's one thing if you can cover the initial route. But the play really starts when this guy gets out of the pocket. He has the accuracy, he has the arm strength to really take the ball deep. He has the confidence to make those throws that maybe another quarterback wouldn't take, and he can get them in the tight windows. We know the NFL, the margin of error is very small, and Zach Wilson has that arm. He has the skill set. He puts in the work to understand when and where to pull the trigger.
Anthony, what I liked out of Wilson last year was just the 3 interceptions. So not only can he fit it in tight windows, he protected the football last year.
Yeah, he did. And a lot of those throws, when he was out of the pocket or had to make some tight window passes, he was able to do it with the consistency, accuracy to get it in just the place his receivers, tight ends, running backs could make the play. He's got a lot of fantastic, throws on his reel. There's no question about it. But you do have to make sure, if you're going to be a bit of a gunslinger, a guy that's going to wait for the big play, take advantage of some of those deep balls down the field. When the old saying is, when they're even, he's leaving kind of deal with the receivers, and have that ability to get that touch in there and make those home runs. You got to make sure that you place that ball perfectly. And that honestly has really shown up on his film throughout his career, in particular, like you said, having that monster season. I mean, think about this. This guy was a 3-year starter. Not too many people were talking about him 2 years ago at BYU. I think 11 touchdowns to 9 interceptions, and all of a sudden you see the transformation. You see what happens. They had a good team, a good offensive line, good weapons around him, and you see right now what Joe Douglas is doing. He's solidifying the offensive line. There's a lot more picks and a lot more things that they're going to do moving forward. And now you can start to see how you can have a successful quarterback when you protect him. I think it's been an excellent first day for the Jets.
How about the swagger this kid has? He's a confident kid, and I know some people say, well, he's cocky. He just has a belief in his abilities. And another thing that stands out about him is that he's just very competitive. He comes from a family that is very competitive. His dad played football at Utah. He still carries a chip on his shoulder because Utah didn't recruit him. He was going to go to Boise State and then ended up at BYU, became the youngest passer in school history to start there.
Well, first of all, I love the swagger. I mean, this kid has a lot of confidence. He just exudes confidence when he steps into the huddle. I think of, when he gets compared to Aaron Rodgers. I remember playing against Aaron Rodgers. You get out of the huddle and you understand this guy knows what he's doing. And this is what I see out of Zach Wilson. He understands, I'm going to go out there and make the throw. I have the confidence. I'm competitive. I'm going to go out there and slice up this defense and put our team in the best position to win.
Yeah, quarterbacks go 1, 2, 3 in the 2021 NFL Draft. Trey Lance actually winds up with the San Francisco 49ers at 3 overall. Anthony, speaking of the 49ers, the Jets have a new offensive coordinator. Robert Saleh's guy is Mike LaFleur. Why is Zach Wilson not only a good fit for the Jets, but a good fit for the system Mike LaFleur is going to run?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're not going to see a quarterback make a ton of off-platform plays. I mean, it's going to happen a small percentage of the time, and that's something nice he brings to the table. But you talk about play action ability, right? Getting outside the pocket, play action, bootleg, lefts, right. Those are really key plays. And when you can do it, in a sense, with speed, your operation and the system that you bring to the table as far as your skill set. And they love his built as well. I mean, when you look at him kind of in person, you think he's not really a bulky, strong kid, but he really does in person. At least to the Jets staff, when I spoke to him, they were impressed by his size. They were impressed of his built, and they liked the way he looks. So, look, he's taken some hits over his career. He's bounced back up. You talked about that competitive nature. He's got a little bit of fire. I could see him right now dishing and dunking passes right now, taking some shots, bouncing up, and getting pretty fired up about it. So that's the kind of kid you want when you're talking about leading a football team that's really thirsty for a playmaker at that position and someone that can get the balls to the playmakers on the outside as well. And right now the protection's there. You're starting to build those pieces around it. You have a nice nucleus of some new receivers. Let's see what happens, because there's a lot of buzz and excitement right now for Zach Wilson.
A lot of buzz, a lot of excitement, a lot of moving parts here at One Jets Drive. Jets personnel, including Joe Douglas, are going to talk to the media. You're going to hear from him shortly. But before that, the Jets made an eye-opening move midway through the first round, going from 23 to 14 overall to take Elijah Vera-Tucker from USC. I had a chance to talk to him just a moment ago. All right, now joined by the Jets' second first-round selection in the 2021 NFL Draft, Elijah Vera-Tucker. Were you surprised when you heard the Jets had moved up from 23 to 14?
Yeah, well, I mean, I heard they, moved up, and then I just got the call, and then, I kind of put the pieces together, and then, they told me they wanted me. They moved up for a reason, so, I was real excited with my family, and now it's just time to get to work.
All right, so where are you right now? Paint the picture as far as Thursday night for you, and then what that was like when you got the call from the Green and White.
Yeah, so I'm just, at an Airbnb right now with my family. So much of my family's here, which is a blessing. And then, I was on the call. Then after I hung up, it was just real cheerful and everything like that. So it was just a real blessing.
I got to imagine it was a surreal moment. What does it mean to you being picked by Joe Douglas, a guy who says, we're going to build this thing in the trenches. We are going to be a very good offensive line. And Douglas, the GM here, Elijah, he played offensive line himself.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I mean, that's a great feeling, that he has so much trust in me. And then, he knows a guy that I'm going to come in and work, my butt off every single day. But he's right. The game does start in the trenches. So that's why they came to get me. I'm a guy who really likes to compete in there and gets the job done.
How proud are you of your versatility? Because you shined as a guard, and then they said, hey, will you play left tackle for us at USC? And then you go outside and are one of the better tackles in all of college football.
Yeah, I mean, coming in, wherever they need me to play, whether it's guard, tackle, I'm going to come in and compete my butt off. That's just what I do. That's what I did last year, playing that tackle with, only 2.5 weeks of fall camp, and then do what I did. So, for me, it's wherever they need me. I'm just, like I said, work my butt off and succeed.
Where are you most comfortable?
Honestly, it's hard. That's a hard question for me to answer just because I just finished playing, left tackle last season. Obviously you get a whole lot of reps out there when you play position during the season. Then, I've been working a whole lot of guard too during the offseason. So, I'd say it's definitely 50-50.
So what's the difference for you playing on the outside and then on the inside? And how were you able to make it look so easy?
Yeah. No, yeah. Well, I mean, at guard, guys are a whole lot bigger. And, stronger, and it's a point of contact comes a lot faster than outside. You got to be a whole lot more patient in that tackle. But I think I was able to succeed, with short notice. Just because my athletic ability, I have quick feet, I have good hands, and helped me a lot. And I'm pretty sure if I had more time to prepare, it would have been better. But like I said, whatever team needs me, I'm coming and ball out.
What do you know about Mekhi Becton? That was Joe Douglas's first draft pick
Yeah,
as GM of the Jets.
yeah, yeah. I know he's a big body. I know he's a dog too. He kind of plays like I do. Likes to finish blocks. Plays with a chip on his shoulder. Very smart player as well too. So, I'm ready to come in with that line.
Did you have a sense during the pre-draft process that the Jets had a lot of interest in you, and this eventually could be your destination?
Yeah, well, I mean, I talked to the Jets a lot. I got a good vibe from them. I enjoyed talking to them as well. Um, and, it was just interesting. You never know how a draft night goes, and then all of a sudden they trade up to get me. It was just a great feeling. They have a lot of trust in me, to come in there, succeed right away. So, it was a crazy night, and I'm just enjoying it now.
So what do you think about the young quarterback who's going to be your teammate? That, of course,
Yeah.
is former BYU signal caller Zach Wilson, who was taken number 2 overall.
hmm Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, you see a whole lot about him, just from over the media. He makes crazy throws, great athleticism, able to move around the pocket pretty well, which is always nice. So I'm just excited to come in with him.
Elijah, lastly, give me a scouting report for maybe Jets fans who didn't watch too much of the Pac-12 last year. I need a self-scout.
Yeah, well, definitely, I'm going to come in. I'm a real physical player. That's the first thing you got to be when you play online. You got to be real physical. You got to be dirty in them trenches. So, I'm a real physical player. I finish players in the dirt. That's just what I do. High IQ too. And also, I have good hands, quick feet. So overall, I mean, just put it all together, you just, getting a competitor out of me.
That kind of mentality is going to be embraced here on the East Coast as you make the move from the West Coast. Elijah Vera-Tucker, congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You are watching Jets Overtime, our draft special, delivered by Dunkin, Eric Allen, Eric Coleman, Anthony Becht across the way. Fellas, we got about a minute to recap this because Joe Douglas is headed to the podium here momentarily. But recapping it, Eric, we'll start with you. Jets go Zach Wilson, number 2 overall, the quarterback out of BYU. And then Joe Douglas, the former offensive lineman, gets aggressive, gets the guy he wants. And Elijah Vera-Tucker moving up 9 spots in round 1, taking him at number 14 overall.
I love it. I love it. Everyone expected Zach Wilson to go at number 2, but the move to trade up to pick number 14 was very aggressive. It showed the Jets fans, it showed the organization that we found a guy that we want. We're going to go get him. We're going to make this team right, and we're going to fight. We're going to have some tough dogs in the trenches, and we're going to compete. We're going to go out there and win.
Anthony, I love Vera-Tucker's versatility. And he said, listen, I like to finish people in the dirt. That's going to work well with a guy like Mekhi Becton up front.
Well, that talks about his intangibles, right? You want a guy that wants to finish, that has an attitude, that understands that it's not just about getting in front of a guy and blocking a guy, but he wants to put him into the ground. And that's exactly the kind of guy that Joe Douglas wants. He's the kind of guy that they want to put in front of their quarterback and their running back to get the job done. I'll say this about the kid. He's going to play guard for the Jets, number 1. He does have a great versatility to get and move the tackle as well. You saw those clips here as he played left tackle, but excellent feet, number 1. The guy, rarely do you see a combination of toughness and excellent feet. It's usually one or the other, and they're trying to work on something else. So you got to love that out of him. Also, the fact that when you're watching him play, he's got great instincts. He understands and's got a good feel when backers come, there's pressure, gets off his block, and can nail onto the backer when the pressure comes around the blitz. He's got a good feel for twist. Again, just aware of situational football. He's also excellent in the screen game. He'll dip inside, get outside, and he's an excellent blocker against smaller bodies, linebackers, and DBs. Again, this is a huge pick. You saw Joe Douglas. They showed him in the war room. He was pretty fired up about this one. I like the pick. I like the trade up to get him. And listen, you got to fortify that offensive line. They tried to add those pieces last year to really build it up, and now you get this young, talented player in the top 15 pick. It's huge.
Hell of an opening night for Joe Douglas and the New York Jets. They get their quarterback, Zach Wilson, number 2 overall. Move up for USC offensive lineman Elijah Vera-Tucker. The Jets aren't done. We're not done either. Day 2 is tomorrow. A lot to talk about. Jets overtime tomorrow. That's Friday. And then, of course, on Saturday, Eric and Anthony will be here all weekend. But we got to sign off because you're going to be hearing from the man himself, Joe Douglas, and Robert Saleh here in just a few moments on NewYorkJets.com.